9 for mortal men doomed to die.
Oscar-winning filmmaker Peter Jackson unleashes the epic final film in the Hobbit trilogy this weekend. Your movie friend Aaron Dicer joins us with his review of The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. I read this book in high school, or maybe it was junior high, I don't know.
It's a kid's
it was
book.
like a
it's this
a
little
must
book.
read.
Yeah, it's this little fun kid's book that kind of paved the way for Tolkien's Lord of the Rings universe and everything, which is what makes this movie really interesting, because Peter Jackson has turned it into like 3 epic movies when it's really kind of this short source material. Whereas in Lord of the Rings, he kind of changed things by taking things out because it was so long. In this, he's changed things by adding things in, you know, because it's so short. And I think that has an effect overall on the movie. But, you know, if you love the first 2 Hobbit movies, you're gonna love this as well. It's the same stuff, and probably even amped up a little bit more because the battle's coming to a head and all that kind of stuff as well.
So overall, if you were not a fan of the first 2, can you go watch this one independently?
I think it has
or not necessarily a fan, but like if you didn't see them.
No. I think you need to see all of them together. And it was the same with Lord of the Rings. It tells a full, complete story. So I think they do need to be seen together. And I would say if you had issues with the first 2, you probably have the same issues with this one. It feels padded with kind of that extra stuff, and maybe even not necessarily needed, because this one's coming to a conclusion, and I wasn't sure a lot of that extra stuff really paid off.
Yeah, the picture looks good. I mean, as far as the...
technically it's a phenomenal movie. I mean, Peter Jackson knows how to make these kind of movies. It looks great. The effects are incredible. There's even, you know, really good emotion in it. The acting is great. So technically, this is a really, really good movie. Okay,
and then if you're a book lover, because sometimes book lovers don't necessarily love the movie, again, that he added a lot to this.
Oh, so yeah, it's different than the book. I think you just need to go into it, you know,
not
knowing
thinking it's going to be the same
Yes, exactly.
thing.
And again, if you've seen the first 2, you know that.
Okay, so give us the best, worst, and final grade on this one.
Absolutely. I said best thing about this was Perfect Martin. That's Martin Freeman, who plays Bilbo Baggins. He's perfect in this movie. I thought he was amazing. As far as worst thing, I said extraordinary. All those extra things, they're just too ordinary. It's, you know, the stuff that's in the book that's the really good stuff. As far as an overall grade, I said a B-.
B-. All right, moving on to movie number 2. An Academy Award nominee stars as Annie, a young, happy foster kid who's also tough enough to make her own way on the streets of New York in 2014. All right, I love Annie. I haven't seen this one yet, but I love
the original
play.
with like Carol Burnett and that crew. Yeah, and this has a lot to live up to, really, with that, and I don't think it lives up to it very well.
Really?
You know what really works in this is the stuff from the original. It's the music, it's those songs that you know and love to sing along to. You know, those things work. Even those songs are updated a little bit, kind of remixed, kind of for a new generation, but I think that works. What doesn't work are a lot of these performances. Cameron Diaz especially is just way too over the top, and I know Carol Burnett's like a really hard act to follow, but it just feels wrong for this part, and it just doesn't work. And a lot of the performances are that way.
Right. So is it getting good reviews overall? Or
I think overall.
Are you the only critic here, or is everyone?
No, I think overall it's getting pretty poor reviews, and I tend to agree with that. It's not that well done. I thought Jamie Foxx was fine. I thought he does pretty good in this, but overall it's just kind of there, and it's a little too long for its own good as well.
Yeah. Like you said, though, the songs, you know,
that's it. Like, if you want to go sing along,
that song plays on the trailer.
Yeah, if you want to go sing along to Hard Knock Life and, you know, Tomorrow and all that kind of stuff, you're going to have a good time. And I tell you what, kids probably will enjoy it. You know, it's just kind of got that life and that joy to it a little bit, and it's about children, so they'll probably enjoy it. But you'll probably be bored a little bit.
So best, worst, and final grade on that one?
Sure, absolutely. Best thing, I said sing along, just like we just talked about. It's so fun to sing along to that stuff. Worst thing, I said heart failure, because it doesn't work. There's just not that emotion that there is in the original. Overall, right down the middle, I said a C.
Average.
Yeah.
All right, your movie friend Aaron Dicer. More reviews from him at KY3.com.
I do need to say, last chance to see Robin Williams in something this weekend as well. Night at the Museum. The new Night at the Museum is out, and that's a really touching send-off to him, I think.
Good.
So, yeah.
Night at the Museum.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Aaron Dicer. When we come back, Jeremy Ray finishing up our festive decoration for your Christmas centerpiece. Stay with us.